so much for coming over. It's your first night here.
Yeah, pleasure.
Tonight was your 161st game for Leinster. And I think your try in Treviso last week was your 55th try for Leinster. So not counting then.
Try not.
Okay, good stuff. Well, good results tonight. Do you have how the team played?
We love you, Brian!
Win. We got 4 points, probably should have had 5. Left a lot of tries out there. We didn't actually play that well. And I think at the death, if we conceded, we could have lost the game. So we're better than that. And we're kind of notoriously slow starters in the Rabo or in the Magnus before it. So we need to get going because Europe's only around the corner.
And I see Brendan Mackin come on, Stephen, to partner you in the centre because Darcy went off. An awful lot of young lads coming through. Are you giving them some words of advice and wisdom and tomatoes and fruit?
That's part of your responsibility, I think, as one of the senior statesmen in the that you try and help out. It's not about staying in the team yourself, it's about maximising the team's potential. And if that means passing on a few words of wisdom to younger guys and for them to eventually take their place, that's going to happen. But you want Leinster to be a success, and you want to give those younger lads the best opportunity they can. And Brendan is a prime example of someone that loves to learn, and he listens an awful lot, and we do a lot of stuff together on the practice park after training, just working on small aspects of our game. So he's a great pupil, and he's a serious talent for the future.
Absolutely. Fantastic to see so many guys competing for places every week. It's really good. Not for you, but. Okay, so we've had a few questions in from Twitter as well, and one of the questions was, if you had a chance to play with any player that you've never played with before, who would it be and why?
I've always said that the best player that I ever played against was the Australian Tim Horan. I was lucky enough to get my first cap against him. He was always a hero of mine when I was growing up. So I played against him 4 or 5 times, and I'd love to have played outside him because he was an unbelievably smart footballer. As a 12, he was able to do everything. He wasn't a huge guy, but he had the skills, the defence. Sorry, for those of you that can see the twitching of my legs, we're trying out a new recovery device that...
Okay, 2 weeks ago we were lucky enough to have Joe Schmidt here. He gave us a breakdown of his typical rugby week. Now I know this week, unfortunately, we had the tragic circumstances up in Ulster with the Spence family. Just to mention again, there are books of condolence here in the corner. They're going to be here for another hour and a half or so if anybody wants to sign them. But can you bring us through your typical rugby week, say from tomorrow onwards?
Yeah, tomorrow is really just about recovery. As you mentioned, it's a pretty unique week in what happened to poor Nevin and his family last weekend. I think the whole rugby world was shocked by it, and I think it was a wonderful tribute from all you guys today. We obviously were wearing t-shirts and a minute silence, but I think it'll mean a huge amount to the people of Belfast and to his family, seeing stand up for the Ulstermen before the game. So hats off to all of you. Tomorrow's usual Sunday. It's feet up, a bit of brunch with the wife, just take it handy, and then come Monday we'll be in weights, pitch session, do a lot of video analysis on the game that's just gone and the team that you're playing the following week. Just trying to make sure you loosen out the body as much as possible. I've kind of, even since last year with Brad Thorne, learned a huge amount about trying to be a good professional and keeping the body limber as much as you can. And any opportunity he had, he was always stretching, so I picked that up from him, and I'm always, even today I went in at lunchtime on my own into the gym and just for half an hour just went, got my bike and cycled for a bit and stretched myself. And just it's a bit of a long time to think about the game as well. So that's a big aspect of my week. I'll just continue that throughout the course of the week. And then Tuesday it's a day off. The boys are playing Friday. Wednesday will be another weights and rugby, and then if you're playing the game, it will be captain's run Thursday and game Friday. So yeah, you start tapering off as the week goes on. You do the hard work Monday, Tuesday, usually, and then Thursday, Friday, just start building up to make sure the body is fully charged for the game.
Thank you for that. And just on away trips, who's the best and who's the worst roommate to have? This could be very interesting.
I have been...
my wife and my wife!
See, we only room together for one day, so there's only so much can go wrong, really. Spending a week with someone in national camp, obviously, they grind your gears a little bit. But I've been fortunate that, as captain, the privilege is that you have your own room, so... That's the only reason I'm captain. I just don't want to give it up because I want a room of my own. I room with different people. For last weekend I roomed with Isa, and you would imagine he's pretty laid back. Relaxed conversation, just normal chat. So he's a pretty easy company. So he'd be one of the better roomies. And bad ones.
There it is.
And obviously John Hayes used to be not wonderful for a few reasons that I'll leave to your imagination. No, in fairness, we're fortunate here that there aren't too many people that I'd look at my room key and see my name beside and go, oh God, I'm in for a nightmare 24 hours.
Good to hear. Okay, so you captain your country, obviously. You captain the Lions, you captain Leinster, you've won a Grand Slam. You can cheer anytime you like. 3 Heineken cups. How do you keep yourself motivated to play week in, week out?
I think it's probably just in you that it's the competitiveness that you brought up with that is probably inbuilt into you. When you get a taste for success as well, I think it just enhances that competitiveness more and more. And I've waited a long time to really win anything of substance. Prior to 2009, having won a few triple crowns and a couple of Celtic leagues, yeah, it was a bit of silverware, but it wasn't the silverware that I was really after. So since then, having won 3 Heinekens and a Grand Slam is obviously, it's made things look an awful lot rosier on the medal front. But it's the enjoyment going in every day, I think, is what is the motivating factor, and playing with good lads, and I think we really drive one another on. The competitiveness just in the weights room or even in a speed session or in all aspects of training just people are trying to be the best and push one another to the limits. And I think that's probably where we've excelled over the last few years, that we've really set our standards very high, and we constantly try and chase new standards, which is where you want to be as a team. And I think we don't want to sit on our laurels and have 3 stars above, we want 4 or 5.
Who's been the most inspirational person in your rugby career?
Joe Schmidt.
Going back, you get inspiration in different ways, and you get inspired by different guys that you train with. I'd always play. I would always say that I prefer to play with the guy that isn't necessarily as talented, but has the work ethic and has the desire, rather than the really talented guy that maybe just takes a few easy options. So in all team events, you're always going to have a mixture of guys. So it's important to have those that have the right mentality. But if I was to pick one person throughout my whole career, I think I've probably been inspired largely by my dad and my parents in general, because they just followed whatever it was that I was interested in. They never pushed me in any particular direction. They supported me and weren't never overly critical and never patted me on the back too much. I think it was just the right support that I needed in whatever I was playing, whether it be Gaelic football or soccer in my early years, or rugby in my teenage years and through my 20s. So they've been hugely influential in my career. So probably pick that.
We now won 3 Laighin Cups. 2009 was special, because we won. It was our first time and it was amazing. 2011, that comeback, I don't think I've ever cried so much. At half-time and then again at full-time. And then 2012, we came through such a tough path, that Claremont away, in the semi-final, and then to win back-to-back Laighin Cups. But which one is your favourite and why?
It's a question I've been asked before. It's a difficult one because all 3 of them are very different. Obviously the first one is very special because it's something that you've never felt before, and the manner in which we won too. The fact that it was a 1-score game and it was right to the death, it could have gone against us, with a missed tackle or a good piece of play from any of the Leicester players. So when you see the reactions of the guys, that was both the excitement of winning a close match, but also our first Heineken Cup. When you look at the second one and see, taken away the final, which was incredible in itself, you look at the pool that we had, the Saracens, Racing and Claremont, then beating Leicester and Toulouse on the way to the final. And that's a lot of the best sides in Europe. And then to do what we did in the final against Northampton, going 16 points down. I would probably say, if you put everything together, the second one was the bigger of the two. Good teams can win it once, and you start becoming a great team when you can win it multiple times. So you start making yourself, you're putting yourself in a different standard and category when you win it 2 and 3 times.
On that note, we'll ask you our final question. What are your hopes for this season? I'm going to say the double.
I think first and foremost, from a Leinster perspective, I think the fact that the Heineken Cup final is in Dublin, I think it's a huge incentive. For all Irish teams, knowing the support that will follow any team that gets there. But you don't win Heinekens in the early part, but you can lose them. So we just need to start well in the group stages and make sure that we make ourselves very hard to beat early on, because it's a momentum competition as well. If you can start well and other teams struggle a little bit, you get the impetus to be able to get through to the knockout stages. So we need to begin it well against Exeter, and hopefully the following week against Connacht, and then we'll take it from there. I think that's one thing we've learned, to be patient and not try and win it from the off. Just get yourself into the knockout stages, and then all bets are off.
We'd like you, our Legends t-shirts are all along the back wall there, and there's one missing, which is yours. Excited to take them. We were just wondering if you'd sign it for us, because we have a few signed in front, and then we'll put it back up. So we have this hand. Yeah. The back one. Okay. Okay.
I'll leave you with something. I sat beside Corey Harrington one time at a dinner, and he asked me to sign something, and he said, let's have a look at your signature. He said, oh yeah, another one. I said, try another one. He says, the size of your first letter of your name and your signature is usually the size you think your ego is. Judging by that D.
This is your first visit to the Laighin, as I said, and we hope to have you back at some stage. We thought about what we get you, and we reckon you have everything, or somebody else will look after that. But nobody else can give you and your lovely wife an OLSC mug. We also heard you're a bit of a shopaholic. So you can go home and have tea and hold their own. And on behalf of all the supporters, I want to wish you all the best of luck for the season. Bring home a 4th star.